Electricity in the air here at Milo McIver State Park. Round number 3, Championship Sunday of the Beaver State Fling is complete, and your champion after an epic playoff, Holyn Handley, joins us here in the TC booth now. Holyn, are you doing okay? How are you feeling right now?
Oh, I'm feeling great. Honestly, kind of like a sense of relief. I've been so close so many times this year, and you know, just like a couple little mistakes here and there have cost me, but not this time.
Talk about the final day. We know that you're capable of shooting hot rounds leading up to the final day, but they keep feeding us these Sunday stats, and we can't help but look at them and say, she's come so close. How was it today?
I mean, I was trying to kind of learn from, you know, why I haven't been able to close out in the past. And I think a lot of it is when I play my best rounds, you know, I'm not worried about the score. I'm not thinking about what the end result of the tournament's going to be because it's so early. I'm able to tell myself to just play one hole at a time. But that's something historically I've struggled with in the final round. And so that's what I was trying to tap into today. And I definitely think I was in a good mindset for most of the round, even with it being a little bit slow. But coming off of 13 and 14, I was kind of really frustrated because I missed 2 very makeable putts. And like I felt like I was just so far back, and I was like, okay, let's actually, we don't normally look at the score, but let's look at the score and see what the real situation is, you know, so I'm not making it worse in my head than it is. And I saw like, okay, there's a chance if I just play 4 really good holes, because I know like the eagle's possible on 15. I'm really good at the final 3 holes. Like, we're not out of this, don't know what's going to happen, and kind of reset myself. And then, yeah, ended up burning out, and Owen made a mistake on 17 that left the door open. Clutched up, and it worked out.
Talk about real quick before we dive into what led to the playoff, which was absolutely electric. 1,000 people behind you roaring as you hit the putt on 18. 4 through 14, you joked with me that you fell asleep. Yeah. What are you actually feeling during that stretch? Are you tired? Are you fatigued? Are you feeling burnt out in the tournament? What emotions were you going through?
Honestly, I didn't feel bad at all today. I felt great. I felt about as good as I did going into the round yesterday. And at least like the front half of that, you know, wasn't too worried because it didn't seem like anyone else was really catching fire just yet either. Everyone kind of had a hole here or there that gave them trouble. And so I was like, let's just stay patient, stay patient. It was towards the end of that when it's like, okay, I've been patient all day. Like, we need to get something going. And that was when, yeah, I kind of reset. And I just like never lost faith that I would catch fire at some point. It just, I waited till the very end.
Hole 18. One of the most exciting holes of disc golf that I've watched in quite some time. Owen throws a leaner up against the log, literally leaning on the log. You throw a beautiful forehand. It was blind from your lie, the basket, correct?
Yeah, I've practiced from there. So the main thing, you know, with the tee shot, oh, there it is. I think I scared Missy when I turned around and did this because she's the person whose face I saw and she was like, ah! But anyway, with the tee shot, I was like, just get it in bounds. Like, I know I can be a little bit pinched off with that tree and still get something around because I have enough forehand power to do it. I just didn't. The only thing I didn't want to do was leak it OB like I did in round 1. So I was happy with where I put it. Knew that I needed to go to the Captain's Raptor, and I needed to punch it forward, and I didn't want to put it too high and let the wind kind of carry it back into the tree. So I loved it out of my hand. And like, you know, sometimes you throw a really good shot and you get a little bit unlucky, and that's just what happened right there. But ever since, you know, walking up to my putt on 17, it just in my head was just like, no, I'm clutch, I'm gonna make this putt, and just like affirming it, and then just made it happen. So in that moment, you hit the log and you get a pretty nasty rollback. Something that could have been 15 feet was now 45 feet. In that moment, was there any internal dialogue that you had to fight off in that moment? No, I think like coming like I just like new level of confidence that I don't know. I guess I only like tap into it when it's these kind of situations. But it just like it was like playoff mode, you know, where it's like it doesn't matter. I'm gonna make this happen. And, you know, I even looked at that lie and I was like, you know what, a couple of times during my practice putting this week, I have a little table at my campsite. I put my basket up there and I was practicing from that distance. So I was preparing all week to have to do something like that. And then just like made sure I was confident going into it. Going to a playoff with Owen. All the spectators are sprinting to get into position, walking up to that tee of 16 to start the playoff.
Any adrenaline starting to kick in?
Well, I took my time getting over there, you know, hit the restroom. Wasn't really sure the best way to walk over there. It was just kind of followed the crowd. But I don't know, I kind of felt like this bit of swagger after those 2 big putts, and I was like, let's just roll with this because this is clearly working. And so just kept telling myself, like, you're going to win this. You're going to make this shot. You're going to win this. And I just had no doubt, so.
Your friends all sprint out towards you, pick you up, just like you did to Ella at the OTB Open. How does it feel to have such support from people touring with you all across the country?
Oh, yeah. I mean, my tour family is the best. Actually, I got a really nice pop in my back from Ella picking me up. It actually felt really nice. But, I mean, that's like the best part of that group is, like, you know, even I was sad to lose to Ella at OTB, but I was still, like, there and excited for her. And same thing when Missy wins or when Paige wins or when anyone else wins is, like, we're always just happy and excited for each other. We're here because we love disc golf, and we're just love it when one of ours wins.
Well, it's been quite the journey for you, Holyn Handley. Do you have any final words for the people back home? Anyone that maybe you forgot to shout out with Nate Perkins?
Oh, I mean, I hope my mom's going back and watching this. I know she hasn't watched yet because she can't watch live. So, hi, Mom. And then shout out to my dad and my grandma because I know they're probably watching too. And just everyone who's been sending me messages after every close, every time I've come close and come short. I've had a lot of fans sending me messages telling me that I've got it. I don't always reply to all of them, but I do read them, and I really appreciate the love and support.